In a bustling city in Nigeria, where the neon lights of the markets mingled with the shadows of the night, lived a young woman named Amaka. She was vibrant and full of life, with dreams of a future where she could rise above the challenges that surrounded her. She met a man named Davis, charming and seemingly full of promise. He showered her with affection and gifts, making her believe that he was the answer to her prayers for love and a better life. Davis came from a wealthy background, or so he claimed. He had a mysterious air about him, and while his wealth seemed to appear overnight, Amaka didn't question it. She was caught up in the whirlwind romance, believing that perhaps fate had finally smiled upon her. But in the corners of the city, there were whispers of the dark world of money rituals, where lives were taken in exchange for wealth and power. As their relationship deepened, Amaka noticed changes in Davis. He became more secretive, often disappearing for hours without explanation. There were rumors about his involvement in rituals, but Amaka dismissed them as idle gossip. She couldn't reconcile the man she loved with the monstrous acts the rumors suggested. One evening, Davis invited Amaka to his house on the outskirts of the city. He told her it was a special night, a celebration of their love. Amaka, eager to spend time with him, agreed without hesitation. As they drove through the narrow, winding roads leading to his home, she felt an inexplicable chill run down her spine. When they arrived, the house was eerily quiet. Davis led her to a dimly lit room filled with strange symbols and objects that sent a wave of fear through her. He tried to mask the tension with a smile, but his eyes betrayed him. There was something dark, almost predatory, in his gaze. Amaka's instinct screamed at her to leave, but she stayed, paralyzed by the realization that the rumors might be true. Chait began to speak in hushed tones about a ritual that would bind them together forever, promising wealth and power beyond their wildest dreams. It was then that she understood the true nature of his intentions. He intended to use her in a ritual, to sacrifice her for his own gain. Panic surged through Amaka. She knew she had to escape, but Chait blocked the exit, his demeanor shifting to something menacing. He reached for her, and in that moment, something inside Amaka snapped. The fear that had threatened to paralyze her turned into a fierce will to survive. Fear gripped Amaka. The stories of the ritual killings flooded her mind. The loss, the blood shed, the names of those who never returned. She had heard the elders' warnings and rumors. At that point, Amaka knew she needed to leave there alive. She escaped Davis' grasp and ran through the thick forest screaming for help. But her escape was far from complete. Davis wouldn't let her go easily. He kept chasing her while Amaka ran without looking back, knowing her life was at stake. Amaka's heart raced as she pushed through the dense underbrush, her breath hitching in her throat. The cacophony of the forest surrounded her, the rustling leaves, the distant calls of birds, and the ominous, crunching footsteps behind her. She didn't dare look back. She knew all too well who was pursuing her. Amaka, Davis had called, his voice smooth and inviting, but laced with a darkness that sent shivers down her spine. "You don't understand. This is for us." Ahead, she spotted the faint glow of fireflies, a beacon of hope leading her deeper into the forest. The sounds of the night grew softer, as if the world held its breath, watching her fate unfold. Suddenly, she broke through the trees and found herself on the edge of a river, its waters flowing swiftly, reflecting the stars above. Without hesitation, Amaka plunged into the cold water, her body momentarily shocked by the icy embrace. She swam against the current,